Hey, my name is Searle Arnold. I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and this is my HTC testimonial video. So, before I got in HTC, my life was pretty much on autopilot. I spent 10 years in oil and gas, and really I had put my head down after a few failures and said, man, I can't handle this. So I became a workaholic so that I could hide away from life. I'd basically given up all my family and friends for hiding out and being comfortable and pretty much just doing what I wanted to do, except I wasn't. I was working and then not taking vacations, not taking days off. Day in, day out, month in, month out, year in, year out. In 10 years, I think I went on vacation twice. Kind of a bad track record. So I knew I had to change. I came to a point where, man, things just weren't working anymore. I basically knew kind of who Dan Locke was before I ran into his YouTube channel. He had been a contributing writer to a newsletter that we had when he was building his brand many, many years ago. So I knew people in the group who of that business community who knew him, who had done business with him, and they had said, guy's a stand-up guy and everything like this. And so years later, when I was looking for a solution to turn my life around, I found Seafood Dan, I found his YouTube channel. And when HTC opened, I was already primed and ready that I was needing a mentor, and this was probably something that I should be checking out. Now, I'm no stranger to sales. I've been in sales positions before. I've helped build companies. I've helped turn companies around, and but due to a bunch of failures in my life and deciding to retreat and go into survival mode, I'd given all that kind of ideals of life and hard charging activity and passion up. I thought it was done, and I was just gonna kind of sit on the bench and be a bench warmer. So now that I've been in HTC, I've got a framework, I've got tools, I've got knowledge, I've gotten help. And I think the biggest thing that I have learned in HTC is that you can turn it around. And I've seen example of people who have basically turned around their lives and been able to regain their life back. And that's really, really important to me, because when you're in a position like mine, you've basically given up on what your dreams were. And now I have everything that I need to acquire what I need to turn that around. So for me, it's a done deal. There's no more, is this going to work? Is it not going to work? It is absolutely going to work. And I've seen people who have done it. So let's talk about some of the things that have happened to me since I got into HTC. I've had the pleasure of regaining some relationships. My family starting to turn around after many, many years of not talking to each other, and being able to listen. That's hugely important. Have I closed any deals? The answer to that is no. Apart from closing deals, what I was really looking for were the skills to put together deals. Raising capital in the business ventures that I want to pursue is ultimately important, and lobbying governments and having that fine art of persuasion and conversation is all important to closing, and that is exactly what the skills that I was looking for. So how is HTC different from any other programs I've been in? I've been in probably a dozen offline programs, financial education systems, and online. I've been one of those people. I've looked at so many different options, probably a half dozen online things. What I can tell you is that Most gurus do not have Seafood Dan's knowledge or experience, plain and simple. I've been in business for myself. I've worked in big, huge, $100 million to $500 million companies at critical levels. And I can just tell you that there's a lot of people out there on the internet who claim to have knowledge and they don't. You can see the fruit of what Seafood Dan has built. There's just a couple of videos you could check out. Go on YouTube and search out Dan Lok $15 million penthouse or Dan Lok $35 million house, and watch the videos. He did a video with Ryan Serhant from New York, who is on $1 Million Listing. He has that reality TV show, and in his own right, he's a big-time New York realtor. I mean, you can find proof out there of what Seafood Dan has done. So if you're skeptical, hey, you know what? I've been there. I've been through so many different things, but when I can actually see proof of what Seafood Dan has made for himself, I just went on YouTube the other day and found the video for his $15 million apartment. I just put in penthouse, Vancouver, and I think he was in the top 10 right there. That you don't rank in YouTube like that for no reason, right? But there is actual proof that he has done what he said he's done, and you can see the fruit of his labors right there. How would I describe the support and community for HTC? Well, everybody who is in the support roles in HTC, if you're in leadership or you're involved, they've been through the program, and they have proven themselves a leader amongst others. So Seafood Dan recognizes that, and he attracts that, and he won't put anybody into a position of leadership for his group if they haven't actually gone out and done the program and had success with it, and really taken a leadership role on themselves. So they are just absolutely top notch, and you really need to listen to their stories to see the challenges that people overcome in their lives, and the success that they're having here in this HTC group. The community, well, it's just really simple. We're building a family. This is your second family. This is your business family, and that's all important. A lot of other things that I've seen, communities, you got a little bit of a Facebook group and things like that. And people are asking each other technical questions, but nobody's going in and actually helping you train. If you were part of a major league team, like a hockey team or baseball or basketball or anything like that, you would hone your skills together. If you were in martial arts, you would train together. If you were going to the gym, back in the days when Arnold Schwarzenegger was training, he was training with all his competitors in the same gym. Everybody was helping each other. It's just a really simple concept. People training together is steel on steel. As one person sharpens another, that's how you train together. So that's all important, and that is value like you wouldn't believe. Would I pay more for HTC if HTC was 10 times the cost? I would see 100 times, 1,000 times, 10,000 times the value in it. When you go to university, you're going to shell out $100,000, $250,000, and it's not a team sport. You go to university and you try and collaborate with somebody on an exam, you get kicked out. Here, you collaborate with your HTC family members, and you're going to learn to make tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars. You want to make a six-figure income here? Entirely possible. It's up to you. It really is. I mean, if you're going to put forth the effort to do that in a job for the rest of your life, or pay to go to university, why wouldn't you do it here? So, if I were to describe this to my best friend, what would I tell you? I would just tell you that, this is a philosophy and a way of living more than it is a set of tools and tips and tricks. Like this HTC program really does set you out on a new path in life and give you the teaching and the training and the philosophy and mindset to be a better version of yourself. And when you can create value in the marketplace, you're going to be rewarded. That's just plain and simple. That's how the world works. So, if you're ready to learn some new skills and put those skills into practice and start creating value in the marketplace, you'll earn money the rest of your life, and you'll be in control of how you do it, who you do it with. So that's what I would tell anybody who's looking at this program is, do you want to be in control of your life? And are you going to build somebody else's dream, or are you actually going to build your own? That's it. Easy choice. Hope it helps.